All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Bidur. I'm here on behalf of Team Digital View or Team D with all of my co-managers. Guys, can you please introduce everybody?
Hi, my name is Tonio Nesobo.
I'm Brandon Jordan.
Hi, my name is Smith Mananga.
All right. So the very first thing in this presentation is that we are going to be reviewing how all of my co-manager, including myself, performed in this um, past 11 years of our progress. So the very first thing that I analyze is the annual total revenue. In very beginning, year 5 and 6, year 5 we started with $335,000, and we ended year 14 with absolutely 331% increase from year 5 to year 14. And as you can see, the graph that I created, which shows every single year how much percent we increase from last year. And in total, from year 5 to year 14, we generated total profit, total revenue of $1.1 million. And all of that is being showed in the graph on the very right side. And the bottom graph also shows from the Glo-Bus software how we performed throughout those years. Um, The second analysis that I performed was on our annual earning per share, EPS. Um, as you can see also in this graph, our year 5 was very poor. Going from year 5 to year 6, we were really struggling trying to figure out um, what strategy we need to implement for our team. But all of our co-manager came together with a very strong strategy to increase our EPS from year 5 to year 14 by 3,019% within those 9 years. Um, so that was really wonderful earning per share that we have accomplished, which is 3,019%. Um, the other analysis which I performed was the annual return on equity investment, or ROE. Um, as you can see also on the very first graph, we have constantly from year 5 went up, and our year 10 was very strong for us. It helped us reevaluate our strategy as we are progressing. All of our managers in year 10 sit down together and we rethink our strategy in coming years to be the number one team. So, with that being said, in those 9 years, from 5 to 14 years, we increased our ROE by 342%. And the annual credit rating for our company, we started at B, and for year 6 we were negative A, but it took us a little bit to understand what goes behind the scene to improve our credit rating. So our team focused heavily in those early years on our research and development. We try to make our product as good as possible. We always not only analyze our part, but we also analyze our competitors to understand what they're doing. So about halfway through our simulation, or halfway through our project, we became very competitive, and we went on to becoming A plus company for last 4 years. And another thing that we deeply look into was year-end stock price. As you can see, the graph on the very left gives us big breakdown of every single year how we increased, and on the right column, which gives us percent differences of every year how we improve. Going from year 6 to year 7 was very really helpful because we increased the biggest margin in that time range. So going from very beginning, our stock price was $12 in year 5. We increased to $23 in year 6. But at the end of our project, at me including all of my co-manager, increased our stock price by 4,851%. Um, with that being said, from year to year 14, we increase in dollar value by $582.17. And also, our stock prices never dropped since the beginning of the time, and we have constantly increasing our stock prices. Um, the annual image rating for our, including both UAV drones and camera, um, this is a very competitive segment that we wanted to, this is a very competitive area where we wanted to improve, but the result were not as good as we wanted that to be, but we still make a significant progress. We increase our image rating from the beginning of, from the time we take over the project till the end of the project, we increase it by 34%. And throughout every single year, from year 5 to year 14, our image rating was average of 80, which I think is very reasonable image rating. So another thing that I wanted to discuss about was our company strategy. So company D, our company is continuing to head to in a direction to provide our customer with high quality um, product. We always want to make sure that our product are the excellent in the market, so we always strive towards the product excellence. We also want to make sure that every product that our company produce are very high quality product and highly efficient. We also um, focus heavily on standing out versus our rival, not only in terms of technologicals, but also other features that cameras had. That's why we, on the very beginning, we focus heavily on research and development to further make our product even better quality. We also focused on standing out against our rivals. So we every single year we analyze our rivals and what they're doing to get in that place, and we created a strategy, implemented how to tackle them that gives us very head start on those early years. We also not only we focus heavily on our product, but we also wanted to contribute to the community during our project. So invested heavily in environmental wellness and also for our employees. And one of the very important strategies that we had was financial strategy. In the early year, all of our team came together trying to build a very strategic financial strategy, and we implemented that to grow our profit, which you have seen in the past slide how our company performed in terms of our stock price and our total revenue. So that's one of our strategic vision to implement financial strategy, very important one. And as I have mentioned many times, we rely heavily on research and development that our product can be the best in the market in those early year, beating everybody in the competition. Once we have good products and we knew that our product were performing good, we never stopped there. We always continued to improve our product, make it even better. We wanted to be a few steps ahead of our competitors. And one thing that we implemented for our strategic vision in this company was we closely monitor every moves our rivals, and we want to make sure that we are aware of everything that they're doing, and we have strategy to counter those action and strategy that they're implementing to beat us. So that really give us a very head start, and with the help of that strategy, we were able to get our stock prices, EPS, ROE, and all of our overall company revenue much higher. So all of my co-managers and I sit down together, and we wanted to set up another goal for next 2 years. So our team decided that for our EPS, we wanted to increase our profit by 15% in year 16 from year 15, and then 20% for year 17. So increase of 15% in year 16 and increase of 20% in year 17. That will give us 26.78 for year 16 in our EPS and $32.14 in year 17 on our EPS. Same thing goes for our ROE. The reason that we choose this 15 and 20% is we wanted to make this a very competitive but also reasonable reasonable target that we're putting out there. So for same thing for ROE, we wanted to increase 15% on year 16, which will give us 71.19% in return. And for year 17, we wanted to increase 20%, which would give us 74.28% in return. In terms of our credit, in early years we have struggled, but we figure out a way to get into A plus. And in past 4 years, we have constantly been A plus in our credit rating, and we want to stay that way for our next 2 years. For our image rating, that was a very hard target to put out there because image rating can be manipulated every single year. So for that, we wanted to increase our image rating in year 16 by 3%. That will give us 96.82 image rating in year 16, and we want to increase up to 5% in year 17. That will give us 98.70 image rating. For the stock price, I think we have performed very good. As you can see in our graph on the left side, we have jumped very high from year 13 to 14. That motivate all of our co-managers to set our target a little bit higher. So for the stock price, we want to increase. We set our target to increase 20% for year 16 to $713, and for year 17, we want to set our target to increase our stock price by 30%, which would put us at $772.42. That's all I have for my slide. My co-manager will present another slide.
We talk about the company strategy in AC camera from geographic region. The geography area, we found that in North America, we had more units sold with 409.9 in 14 years, and we have a market share of 33.2% in Europe, Africa. We had a low market share in Asia Pacific of 29.6%. We have always done the same promotion in terms of weeks in North America and Europe, Africa. We have sold more in North America because that is the way we have invested the more in terms about the advertising budget. You can go.
So when it comes to our company competitive strategy, it's a strategy that is aligned with what my co-manager Biju talked about before when we talked about the strategic vision, and it's a strategy that hasn't changed throughout the year. Fundamentally, it's a focused strategy that we try to apply across all the 4 region. It's a strategy that was built upon building quality products and try to improve our product every year. And we want to build a quality product with the best price, a good price and quality rating, and also build a strong brand reputation. And that is the way we think we can stand out from our rivals. When it comes to the production strategy, it's a strategy that we try to improve and enhance our company, our production over the years. And we want to do that, and we've been doing that by focusing on, as my co-manager said before, heavily invest on research and development. For example, in this year 14, we've added one more feature in on each of our product, on the AC camera and the UAV drone. We always trying to constantly improve our working condition for our employees so that they can be happy and they can work more, and we can see that the results are there. For example, we won the corporate social responsibility award for 2 years in a row. I'll
Yeah,
give the word.
one of the things that I want to add on top of what Tonio says is that we also implemented one of these strategy, which was to analyze the exchange rate, how other continent and other countries are performing, how they performed last year and how they're performing currently. So we deeply analyzed the exchange rate, and then we increase or decrease, we adjusted our price depending on how the exchange rate is performing. That way that we can generate maximum profit, as well as we can also implement, segregate our finance into our supply chain accordingly, so that we're not spending way too more than what we need to, or way too less. So we implemented that exchange rate strategy.
All
Yeah,
right. In the upcoming years, which is the next 2 years, we will continue having a higher budget and a higher research and development, which also means that our company will be able to put out higher quality products from that. Also, when charging more and having our employees be paid more, and also having robots, it can increase our production while also having that high budget to push out those products. And and continuing AC cameras high um, product rating to outshoot our competitors, we'll continue having those high quality products and having those higher prices to outcompete those. And we will continue outcompeting by having high prices, higher product quality rating, more models, having a higher retail, online and offline, having a higher retail support and advertising budget and website displays. And by also having a better sales promotion and having longer warranty periods. For the same thing for the UAV drones, we'll continue having higher quality drones with higher prices and providing more models, and basically providing more sales and longer warranty periods, which will continue staying on top of other competitors. All right. Also, with our winning strategy, lessons learned with our winning strategy is from crafting a winning strategy that is building and investing in our team, with giving us a benefit of going in the long run. When having the right people in the right places, it frees up all of our time to create our best focus on our strategy, which is why we have continued to be on top of our competitors for the last couple of years. And also having a true vision on where we are headed gives us the best plan for our success. And some of our company dues is build and invest in our team. And even though our team has been up and down sometimes, we have always came together and done our best with each other. We have always set time to think strategically, which is another reason why we are successful now, and also following our vision again. And some of our companies don't is setting goals with no action plan, which is basically setting goals without letting anyone else know of those plans, or basically keeping them a secret from everyone. Also having unclear goals, which is basically going into something without knowing what you want to do with that. And no long-term goals, and that's in terms of also going into something but not seeing what the outcome would be later on.
And I have added one of the last slide as a conclusion, or one of the lesson learned slide. And I wanted to express what I have, including all of my co-managers and my teammate, learned throughout this session. So the first thing that we learned was that this whole process, the Glo-Bus software and the class itself, is a learning experience. We have learned very different thing, very different, lot of different chapters in this class, and we have also implemented what we have learned in the software as well as in real life. So it really was a learning experience. We have also learned about time management, as we knew that we were not very good in time management, but as things has progressed and as our um, classes progress, we have learned a lot about time management as well as the teamwork skills, which was one of the very important, crucial thing that we needed to learn in the very beginning. Um, our teamwork skill was very low, but we learned that regardless of how smart and how great an individual is, if you can't assemble a good team together, you will never be able to achieve what you can achieve as one team. So we have learned that a very hard way. We have also learned about analyzing financial statement, which was extremely difficult to learn. We have never analyzed none of us analyzed financial statement other than those of in accounting classes, but this was really a helping experience. We have also utilized some of the Excel to create graphs and charts. Um, so this really gives us one of the most important skill that we could learn in this class. Also, marketing strategy. We knew very little about marketing strategy, but we did not knew how we can implement many things such as advertisement, budgeting, targeting, all that stuff. Um, as all of our team and my co-manager come together and we create various different strategies. Sometimes it did work, sometimes it didn't work. But one thing that we did learn is that marketing strategy is very helpful if you want to generate profit. Um, so yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.